Whether you're looking for free picks on the ice, on the gridiron, on the NBA hardwood, or on the soccer pitch, like Vladdy Guerrero says, I'm born ready. This is the Game Day Grind. What's up, sports fans? My name is Chris. Welcome back to Game Day Wagers, and thank you for watching today's edition of the Game Day Grind. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, and we've got a massive slate to get through. We're talking some soccer action in the Champions League. We're talking some Tuesday night college football, a full NHL slate, and the return of the NBA season. We've got an action-packed show coming your way with 7 selections. But before we get into the plays, though, I must say this. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series, something I never thought I would utter in my lifetime. This is a completely incredible turnaround from being down 0-2 to the Seattle Mariners, turning this around, winning Game 6, winning Game 7 on their home field. An incredible achievement by the Jays. Next up, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, as the Blue Jays get back to work and prep for their World Series, as do I. I know we missed Monday's video due to some travel, but we're back in a big way on Tuesday. So let's kick things off on the gridiron. We're talking Conference USA action, Western Kentucky taking on Louisiana Tech. If you look at this Western Kentucky-Louisiana Tech Conference USA clash, I'm going to go ahead and grab the points with Western Kentucky plus 3.5 at minus 110. Look, let's address the elephant in the room right away. Last week, we had Western Kentucky minus 9.5 points against FIU, a game I thought they should have blown them out. But they lit an egg at home versus a miserable FIU side coming off a bye. They were 10.5 point favorites in that game at close, and I'm ready to back them once again in a bounce back spot. They're taking on a Louisiana Tech side that may or may not have an injured or completely hobbled quarterback under center for them, and their offense is already mid-pack at best. Hilltoppers have been kind to me all season long outside of last week, so we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. This is still a top 50 offense, averaging nearly 30 points per game, 60th nationally. La Tech doesn't exactly wow you on either side of the football, struggling to throw the ball through the air with just 147.6 passing yards per game, and they're only converting 36% of their third downs. This is going to be one of the better offense the Bulldogs defense has faced over the course of the season, and I trust the Hilltoppers here to have a better showing on both sides of the football. At 3.5 points, I think we're getting the better team at over this key number of 3. Give me the Hilltoppers to cover the spread, plus 3.5, minus 110. From the gridiron, we're going to go to the ice. We're going to be talking about Edmonton taking on Ottawa. Look, I know there's not a lot to like about the way the Edmonton Oilers have been playing lately. They've dropped 3 straight games and given up at least 4 goals in each of those contests. But I think this is a great bounce back spot for them on the road in a quick turnaround against an Ottawa side that's also struggling just as bad. The Sens have one shootout win across their last 4 games and have allowed 26 goals over their last 5 contests combined. With the firepower Edmonton have up front, I think there's going to be a real sense of urgency from the top guys to snap this 3-game losing streak before heading home on Thursday to face Montreal. Historically speaking, the Oilers have dominated this series, winning 2 straight and 5 of the last 6 games against the Senators. The Senators can't stop anyone. They can't keep the puck out of the net right now, and I trust the Edmonton Oilers offense to get the job done, so grab them on the money line at minus 135. From Ottawa, we're going to head over to St. Louis, where the Blues are hosting the Los Angeles Kings tonight. And look, there's not a lot to like about the Los Angeles Kings right now. They've dropped 4 straight games, they're battling the injury bug, and they can't find a timely save or goal. They've allowed 4 goals in each of their last 3 games, and a trip to St. Louis probably won't help the cause. The Blues have scored at least 3 goals in 4 straight games. Outside of that ugly 8-3 loss to Chicago, they've been solid, beating Calgary, Vancouver, and a good Dallas team. They've got a balanced attack, and defensively they don't give up much, just 25 shots allowed per game, which is top 10 in the league. The Blues are an informed team right now, and on home ice, I think we're getting a cheap price for them on the money line, so give me the St. Louis Blues on the money line at minus 130. From the ice, we're heading over to the pitch. Champions League action on a Tuesday. We're talking Arsenal, Atletico Madrid. We're going to back the over 2.5 goals at minus 110. Look, this game is going to be the pick of the day. 2 high-flying attacks scoring off the Emirates. Arsenal are unbeaten across their last 8 games in all competitions, and while they've kept 4 clean sheets in the last 5 matches, they're facing an Atletico side that can trouble any defense. The Gunners have scored at least 2 goals in 6 of their last 8 matches, while Atletico has just 1 clean sheet across their last 7 matches in all competitions. Both teams have plenty of firepower, and the last time we saw Atletico play in England, we got that 3-2 thriller versus Liverpool. I'll bank on the attacks coming to fruition in this game. Give me the over 2.5 goals at minus 110. From London, we're heading over to Brussels, where we're talking about Inter Milan taking on Union Saint-Gilloise. Look, Inter Milan are rolling right now. Since losing that 4-3 thriller to Juventus, they're on a 6-match winning streak, including their first 2 Champions League games by a combined score of 5-0. Over that stretch, they've scored 14 goals and have allowed just 2 goals against. With all due respect to Newcastle and Club Brugge, Inter is by far the toughest opponent Union Saint-Gilloise have faced this season. And given the fact that Inter Milan is in form right now, they're completely healthy. They're at a short price here at minus 138. There's no other option than to back them to get the win on the road to continue their perfect 100% win record in the Champions League. Take Inter Milan moneyline minus 138. From the pitch, we go to the court. And you know what that means. The NBA season is back. It's time for a new segment here on the Game Day Grind. This is Hardwood Handles.
I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past.
To kick things off in the association, we are talking about banner raising night in Oklahoma City as the Thunder play host to the Houston Rockets. In this contest, we're rolling with the Houston Rockets plus 7.5 points for a couple of reasons. Look, it's opening night, so let's pump the brakes on thinking we know everything about these teams right out of the gate. Early season basketball is about feel, it's about checking out how these coaches are going to manage the rotation, and simply put, it's about how you value these two teams in this specific spot. I think we're getting too many points here with the Houston Rockets, so we're going to grab the plus 7.5 points. I know Fred VanVleet's injury and his absence is going to hurt this team in a big way, but this is still a deep team, a talented team, and they're starting a jumbo tall lineup that I believe will give OKC problems. The Rockets are starting 4 near 7-footers and a 6'7" point guard in Amen Thompson who can simply play basketball. That's a nightmare matchup for Oklahoma's guards, and I don't see them being able to run away with this game. The Rockets should also dominate the boards against a Thunder side that was weak on the glass all season long, despite employing Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein all season long. I'm not out on OKC. They're going to be a problem this year in the Western Conference. They very well have the pieces to defend their title, but in this season opener with, a sluggish start likely after this banner-raising night, I'm going to back the team that I believe is the better matchup fit. So we're going to grab the Rockets at plus 7.5 points, minus 105. From OKC, we go to La La Land, where the Los Angeles Lakers are hosting the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. We're taking Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes made at minus 118. Look, we know LeBron James is sidelined for the first, month and a half of the season, which means this is officially Luka Doncic's team. We've seen him take over games before, and with full control of the offense, I expect no hesitation when he gets clean looks from deep. Golden State's going to struggle to contain him on the perimeter. They don't have the on-body defenders that can disrupt Luka's shooting motion, and I do believe this line is too low with minimal juice. We're going to go Luka Doncic to have a big night from beyond the arc in what should be a higher scoring game. Give me Doncic over 3.5 threes made, minus 118. That wraps up Tuesday's episode of the Game Day Grind. Thank you guys so much for watching. To quickly recap our plays for today, we're taking Western Kentucky plus 3.5 points in the gridiron. We're taking Edmonton moneyline, St. Louis moneyline on the ice. We're taking Arsenal, Atletico Madrid over 2.5 goals. Inter Milan moneyline on the pitch in Champions League action. And in the NBA, we are taking Houston plus 7.5 points and Luka Doncic over 3.5 threes made. 7 plays across 4 sports. This is why we love days like this. If you guys are tailing or fading, let me know in the comments section why. If you guys like the content, please drop a like on the video. It goes a long way in supporting the channel. If you guys are new around here, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be continuing to pump out great content on a daily basis, and I do not want you to miss on anything going forward. We'll catch you all tomorrow, same time, same place, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time on the Game Day Wagers YouTube channel. As always, keep grinding and good luck.